Hi, everyone. Welcome to meal kit number 22 for the week of October 20th to 24th. Thanks for ordering this week. Thanks for being here. And thanks for letting us cook with you or for you. And we're very excited to put together a great menu for you this week. I've gone ahead and get started because I want to keep the video nice and tight tonight. Part of the appetizer is some roasted broccoli. So I've tossed it in olive oil, salt, and pepper and thrown it in the oven in a baking sheet. So that's gone in 2 minutes ago. So it's going to be roasting away while we're working on the other ingredients. So the pan-seared halloumi for the appetizer is really great. One of my favorites. Very Middle Eastern flavors tonight. But we're going to jump ahead and start working on the main course because that also takes a little bit of time. Not too much. So one of our favorite farms that we've actually been working with for 18 years now, Mariposa Farms in Plantagenet, so just outside of Ottawa. Amazing people. Suzanne and Ian are just lovely, lovely farmers, and really wanted to, be professional farmers. They love what they do. So we have some gorgeous Mariposa pork loin that they raise out there, and we have taken it and we have brined it and we have smoked it, and it's just gorgeous stuff. So we're going to put some grapeseed oil in the pan because if you've ordered from our meal kits before, you know how much I enjoy grapeseed oil, especially when we're searing things so that it can get nice and hot, more so than olive oil, which will burn. So we're going to sear the pork loin for about 2 to 3 minutes each side, and then we are going to put it in the oven to finish it. So I'm glad that you're watching tonight because it's difficult to be able to represent on the page the different temperatures. So our chef recommends medium rare, so just pink throughout. Because this is a high quality pork that we know how it's been raised, it's fine to cook it to medium rare. Some people, if you want to be a little more careful or cautious, you can take it more than that. Medium well, it's completely up to you. So the pan is nice and hot. So now we're going to take our pork, throw it right in there. Don't forget to wash your hands after handling pork. If you use tongs, you can just toss those in the sink and do them later. But for me, I like to toss them as we go. Okay, so while that's going, we are going to start working on the other stuff. So the first thing for the main course, we want to have the sauce financière, which is a fancy demi-glaze sauce with a few other ingredients. And both that and the parsnip puree are going to be on low so that you can warm them up gently while the pork is searing. Really nice. The pork is sparkling a little bit right into the sauce, so why not? And then we're going to start heating up our other pan, which we're going to be sauteing our veg tonight. So while that's happening, I also want to warm up our other pan for the seared halloumi. Now the halloumi, again, going to get some grapeseed oil for the higher smoking content. Now halloumi, if you don't know, is a cheese from Cyprus, a Cypriot cheese, and it's very squeaky, but it means it can hold up really well to some high heat and to warming up, where most cheeses would just melt into a little puddle, but this one does not. So let's check out how our pork's doing. Still needs a little bit more before I'm turning it over. And our sauce is bubbling away nicely. Make sure that we don't overdo it. And our puree, and this is happening. So again, grapeseed oil or canola oil is another good one. And we're gonna get that pan sort of medium heat. So in the meantime, we're gonna jump ahead for our appetizer. The muamara is gonna go on the bottom of the plate. Now, this is a puree of red pepper and walnut with a few other special ingredients. But it's a gorgeous sort of Middle Eastern flavor, and our Chef Rich is a big fan of Middle Eastern flavors. So we're going to do the little chef swoosh, and I come up with a better name for it. But there we go. And it gives a beautiful texture to it. All right, so pork's got to be ready. Hope I don't set up the smoke detector here. You know what? I'm going to put the fan on nice and low so that you can still hear me, but then we don't get the fire department coming. In the meantime, let me talk about the wine. So this week is a bit of a grab bag. We have a few special wines. So every day or every couple days, we're going to switch them up. But the wines that our wine director Connor gave for me tonight, that some of you will be having, we've got a beautiful rosé from Roccofiore in Italy, from Umbria, and it's a Sangiovese rosé, and it's just gorgeous. Really bright sort of cherry notes and nice herbal quality to it, earthiness, which comes from the Sangiovese. It's amazing. I'm going to add a little bit more oil to this because the pork loin is, even though it's brined, is sucking up some of the oil. So we want to make sure that it's nice and moist. Okay, so next up, we're going to get things ready for our broccoli. So we've got our walnuts here, which go in, and our fresh mint. There we go. And our black olives. Real Middle Eastern flavors tonight. And once the broccoli gets all roasted up with olive oil and salt and pepper, we're going to mix it in there. Okay, so I've got a nice color on both sides of my pork chop. Take the one that is a little bit least in color and put that pan side down. Now that goes into the oven. And now let me go about 3 to 4 minutes, 5 minutes in the oven. Okay, so I know what 5 minutes is, and I'll be pulling that out then, and it's very important to rest it for 5 minutes. Okay, so this pan is nice and warm, so we're going to put the cheese in there. Make sure to use a non-stick pan, because you don't want the cheese sticking all over the pan. Okay, and so we've got our sauce bubbling away nicely. We've got the parsnip puree happening. This pan's getting hot. So we're going to do double duty and do this and saute the veg at the same time. One of my favorite vegetables, it's actually a tuber, is Jerusalem artichokes. There we go. Beautiful nutty quality to it. They're actually the bulb of a sunflower, and they just are beautiful. The important part is to cook them thoroughly, because otherwise they can make you very gassy, which nobody likes after a nice dinner. So we're going to throw those around with the mushrooms. So we've already blanched the Jerusalem artichokes, so you don't need to worry about that. The only thing you don't want to throw in right away is the kale. Let me steal the kale back that was in there. Don't forget to season with salt and pepper. Very important on that one. Now, now our cheese, I'm going to turn off there and actually take it off because the pan is quite warm. It's caramelized really nicely on one side, and we're going to let it slowly bubble away on the other side. And now I get to go back to this, my gas stove, because I like it a lot more. I can control it a lot better. And turn the parsnip puree down. So that's going to be nice. So we're close to ready to plate our vegetables. The pork is smelling beautiful. Okay, we're going to get some different tongs that I have not used with my pork. And the broccoli is going in there with the room temperature ingredients. And that's just going to bring out the aromatics very nicely. Toss those around. I always worry, for those of you who have ordered a few weeks in a row, I always worry about that the video is not filming, and oh my God, we're going to have to redo it tomorrow at work. I hope that's not the case, because I'm enjoying how this is going. Don't forget to season with salt and pepper, the whole mix, and that is going to go right on top of the muamara. Try to balance off all the different ingredients between the two plates. There's a lot of stuff going on in this dish. It is a gorgeous appetizer. And of course, try to keep all the ingredients inside the plate's edges. Another chef trick. Always trying to figure out which one is your money shot. We appreciate all the posts. For those of you who put all your posts online and share it with other people, really great. Turn this up just a little bit. Okay, we're almost there on the pork. And we're almost there on the halloumi. Yeah, we've got 1 more minute on the pork. So let's plate up the halloumi and see what that looks like. Oh, gorgeous. What I might suggest is a little piece of mint right up on top. Let's see how that works. No, I think the other one looks better. That was the best looking halloumi I have had. The key is a hot non-stick pan. Okay, the veg is looking nice. Coming along, I'm going to turn it down because we can't forget to rest the pork. Because when you roast meats, all of the heat or all the juices go back into the meat after you bring it out of the oven, and you want to let it stay juicy. So if you cut it right away, it's going to bleed all the place, and the meat is going to get really tough, and you don't want that. Okay, so while that's resting, put a kale in there. All right, so here is our seared halloumi with muamara, roasted broccoli, black olives, fresh mint, and toasted walnuts. And actually, while our pork is resting and our veg is finishing sauteing, I'm going to work on dessert. So usually we temper the dessert by pulling it out of the fridge early, but this is a key lime cheesecake, and the chef and our sous chef Megan suggest that you actually want it sort of fridge cold. So we are going to top with the hazelnuts, toasted hazelnuts. Whoops, a little too much on there. Looks gorgeous. And then the candied lime. Cut into little slivers. Very nice. Okay. So we have our lime cheesecake tart with the candied lime and the hazelnuts. And then for the pork chop, let's give the kale a nice little stir. The wines that I have tonight, which you may have something different this week because Connor's got a few different things lined up, but we only got them in small quantities, so we don't want to tell you in advance and have you not be surprised by the thing that we give you. So thanks for your trust. So this is a color-field red. It's a blend of Merlot, Shiraz, and Cabernet from Stellenbosch, South Africa, one of my favorite places in the world. If you have a chance to go and visit when this pandemic is all done, please do, because it is such a special place. So this wine is from 2014, so it's got some nice age to it, and sort of dried fruit qualities and a nice smoke and vanilla from the barrels, and it's going to be beautiful with the smoky quality of the pork. So the pork is almost done. Again, don't forget to season the veg. I'm going to turn this up just a little bit for the last mad dash. So the first thing we're going to do is to plate the puree. So half and half. course, I'm out of big spoons. Maybe you guys face this too sometimes, where you're in the middle of the meal and you're like, no, I forgot the big spoons. So we're using a small spoon, and we see how we roll. So it's going to be in the center of the plate. Do a little swoosh through the middle, stretch it out. I love parsnips. And this time of year when it gets cold, it just makes me so happy. Sorry about the few extra pots and pans this week, but I promise you it's going to be worth it. Okay, I'm going to need a big spoon for our sauce. Definitely. Okay, so while the veg is finishing off, we are going to cut the pork with fresh tongs right on here. Now the chef suggests, he likes doing it 3 slices. So again, don't forget to season. Salt and pepper, because that really brings out the flavor. Salt especially, because without it, it just tastes a little bland. And you want to cut on the bias like this. This reminds me of a meal kit video from probably about 12 weeks ago. That was filmed by some friends at a real estate company to be able to do this, to promo the piece, which was very nice of them. Okay. Now let's put our veg down. Again, try to divide it up. Have some green popping out the side. Green always, as the chef likes to say, the camera eats first. Or in this case, your eyes eat first. Christoph's gorgeous local oyster mushrooms. We love dealing with the local suppliers as much as possible. Okay, that sauce is ready to go. Oh, this is looking beautiful. I'm getting good at cooking since I started finishing these meal kits off every week. I hope you think so. Okay, sauce financière. A little bit on top, but a big part of it is about going around. Not only to get the beauty on the plate, but also so that, it's not just the pork that gets all of the love. All right, so this, whoops, haha. Always make sure to clean up your plate. Our smoked Mariposa pork loin, done with kale, oyster mushrooms, Jerusalem artichokes, parsnip puree, and the sauce financière. Again, thanks for joining us. I hope your meal turns out terrific, and I really appreciate all your support. Hope to see you. Oh yeah, by the way, hot takeout delivery and delivery at all 3 restaurants right now. So if you're seeing this meal kit video, if you go to Beckta.com or playfood.ca or gazellegdining.ca and you click on takeout, you're going to see some new Shopify stores that we just launched this week, and you're going to be able to order free delivery for orders of $100 or more. Anywhere within a 6 kilometer radius from those restaurants. And we really hope that we get to bring some food to your home with our own staff. So thanks so much and enjoy your dinner.